this is so good because it's so hot outside.
It is. It's like 103 degrees.
Oh, hey. Hi, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Hey, thanks for joining in on another episode of Geocaching with Komikino and the Kid.
Hey.
And today we're in Lewiston, Idaho. And it's a nice, cool, brisk 103 degrees. And it's like 6:30 and it's 103 degrees. But you know what we're going to do for you all? We're going to be doing the Transporting Lewiston Adventure Lab that became active down here in Lewiston a few months ago, a little bit ago. So we're going to go ahead, hit this Adventure Lab up, get 5 new finds, maybe find a random cache here and there, but it's 103 degrees, kid. We're out of our element.
Look what we do for your guys.
Exactly. Look what we do for you. We run around in a 103 degree temperature to find some adventure labs. Now I know you in Arizona, you're like, oh, 103, it's like that 369 days a year.
Or California.
Or exactly. So
Florida.
yeah, but again, we're from the Pacific Northwest where it's like, oh, it's 60, it's hot outside.
We're weaklings when it comes to the heat.
I know, but it's, hey, at least there's no humidity. So we've got that going for us. So join us here as we head up to Transporting Lewiston Adventure Lab here in, of all places, Lewiston, Idaho. We are not sponsored by Sonic in any way, shape, or form, but if you are watching Sonic Headquarters
Sponsor us.
and you want to throw some money our way, I'll take it. Or some free slushies. Anyway, let's get the cash in. Now, the neat thing about these adventure labs, just like regular geocaches, is they can take you to places that you've never been to before. Now, this location here, where we are with this U.S. Air Force airplane, is that I grew up in this valley. I grew up in Lewiston, Idaho, and I had seen this plane multiple times, hundreds of times, and I've never stopped to check it out. I've never taken the time to look it over or anything, and I always, we'd drive by it and I would see this thing and think, wow, that's just so cool, but never took the time to stop and check this thing out until now because of this Adventure Lab. And this plane here is part of the LWS Veterans Memorial. This retired training plane was placed here after 50 years of service as a thank you to the veterans of the area and to give a special nod of thanks to the Idaho Air National Guard. Check this thing out. What you doing, kid? Now, the neat thing about this Adventure Lab is that you can complete this in any order, so it doesn't matter where you start for this. So what we did is we came up here to the orchards to the airport to get this one out of the way, and we're going to head on down to downtown, get the remaining 4 down there, and maybe some random cache along the way. She's all excited about it, can't you tell?
I am excited.
Way to be a team player, kid. That's what we bring you along for. You know, Cache Canada wants you to speak more.
But I am.
There you go, and that's what you get. Thanks for watching. Oh, at the next location here, I better check and make sure the kid's still here. Hey, kid. Are you here?
Yeah.
Ready to do another cache?
No.
Let's go.
Okay.
My thumb was in your face. Now, when you're out finding these adventure labs, if you have adventure labs that are far apart from each other on the map, don't forget that you can always take some time to get the regular caches that might be between those. Do whatever you can to boost those numbers and get those caches found. Right, kid? The sun's in my eyes. Okay, we're here at a cemetery before we head downtown. If you're gonna find a cache, that's here. What do you think of cemetery caches? Do you think they're okay? Do you think they should be allowed? I personally have no problem with them if they are outside of the cemetery and they don't impede upon gravestones or anything that's here, because don't want people causing a mess or getting in the way of things or vandalizing things. So if a cache is on the border, on the outskirts of it, I don't mind those. Or maybe let's say a multi-cache where it has you go through the cemetery to find names and to get numbers and things like that to get a final, which could be off of the cemetery property. I think those are okay. But let's find the cache. Sometimes you gotta look low to get that cache. Beat you to it, kid. Woo! It had earwigs. We're at the location here for the Clearwater River Railroad Bridge. Check this thing out. It's a beauty. It's big, it's vast, made of lots of steel. Interesting story about this is back when I graduated from high school, a friend of mine once snuck across there, went up on top, walked across to the other side, went down, got on the other side over there, and when we were ready to come on back, we saw that there were people walking down the tracks. We got scared because they thought they were looking for us, so we ended up walking all the way across the other side over there, down to the other bridge, walked across, had to call his girlfriend for a ride home. True story. Look it up on the internet. It's true. We're here at this location. We're in the mid-1800s. This location here was a home to John Silcott's ferry operation. Now there is an old tie post around down here somewhere, but I don't know exactly where, if it's maybe one of these platoon structures there for the bridge. But they used to ferry across here. Interesting way to transport around Lewiston, which is why this adventure lab brought us here. Let's get this thing answered, kid. You're looking kind of bored. Kid, we completed it. And it says this at the end. You are chugging right along. This adventure is nothing for a trained cacher like yourself. Dad jokes. Sit right here. We're here at the location of trolley number 8. And if you look right here in the corner, that is my high school photography teacher, Garry. Neat thing about that guy is that he conducts history tours and ghost tours here in downtown Lewiston. If you're in the area and you want to go on a nice history tour here, definitely get in contact with Garry. He'll take you around town, show you some of the cool historical locations around here, as well as some of the paranormal and haunted locations too. I'll leave a link down below here to some of the paranormal investigations that I've been on around town that Garry's helped me conduct. I really seriously did not know that this trolley car was here. Hi, Garry. And wow, it's again, geocaching and other transportation that you can hear is taking me here to locations around my hometown that I never knew existed. I did not know about this. I knew about the historic museum here. I've been in there before, but I've never seen this. Check some of this stuff out. And that location right there, that train station is still here in downtown Lewiston. And look at these old pictures. It's kind of funny because downtown still kind of looks that way. But yeah, seeing these old buildings here, holy cow. Anyway, enough of this goofing around. Let's get this adventure lab solved and off to the next. We're here at the fourth location for the Adventure Lab. Now again, you can do these in any order, so these will probably come up in different ways depending on how you do them, but check out this canoe. We're going to go ahead and get this spot taken care of, get the fourth Adventure Lab taken care of. Fun fact, Seaman here was a Newfoundland dog and was the only animal who made the entire journey. Good job, dog. We're here at the location for the last Adventure Lab here. We're at the canoe Wave Hard. Now, if you've been watching any of my paranormal shows, you'll see that on the Ghosts of Lewiston videos that I made, this canoe is in the intro part of it. Now this thing here caused a big controversy around town here when they made it, because a lot of people thought it was cool and some other people thought it was a big waste of taxpayer money for this thing. What do you think? Check this thing out. How's the social media, kid?
Good.
So did you have fun running around Lewiston here, completing that Adventure Lab, seeing the different ways that people transported themselves around this area here? Plane, trolley, the bridge with the ferries, and the Nez Perce canoe. Pretty cool, huh?
Yes.
All right, Jeff, it's really hot in the car. It is 97 degrees, so it's cooled down 6 degrees, and man, it's still miserable outside, but we got 6 new finds, completed an Adventure Lab.
Yay.
And we need another slush. Sonic, I'm looking at you. We want to be sponsored here. Anyway, thanks for watching us as we completed this Adventure Lab here in Lewiston, Idaho. We had fun showing it to you, and we had fun going to some places that I never knew existed here, and also seeing that airplane up close. Finally! So hey, thank you for creating this Adventure Lab and bringing us out here. It was awesome. Thank you so much. And until next time, cash on. It's so hot. As you can tell, I'm prepared for this.